Hello friends, today I'm here to discuss about the lack of quality control due to the ease of publishing in every user's hands and its repercussions. So let's dissect the topic or let's define the topic, right? Ease of publishing. In this new age of social media platforms such as YouTube, Twitter, Blogger, Instagram, right? Someone who creates anything can publish without any middleman. So typically with the coming in of Kindle, you can publish your book with barely any quality, with barely any publishing controls. Or on YouTube, you can put your video without a company in the middle that puts your recording. Which means that anyone who creates something is now the only person who has control over whether to publish his creation in the outside world or no. Now, in the olden days, when you say had publishers or when you say had recording companies, right, your product or your creation would need to go through their channels and would definitely go through quality checks. So, if you had a giant corporation which was responsible for music dissemination, say, let's just take for example Geffen Records, right? Geffen Records would hear your music 2 to 3 times, see whether it fit into the quality and relatability for the audience parameters, and only then released it, right? And since the executives were people who either understood the market pulse or understood musical quality and both, there would be a quality check filter, which meant that anything substandard in quality would automatically not be released. Similar for most works of art. Now today in YouTube, the middleman has gone, which means if I'm recording this video right now, I can publish it and it's out for the world to access, right? Which means a Dhinchak Pooja can make a video and put it out on YouTube. A Vennu Malesh can make his video and put it out on YouTube. A Justin Bieber can make his song and put it out on YouTube. Desi Spider-Man can make his video, put it out on YouTube. Silsila in Kerala can make his video and put it out on YouTube, right? What that means is, since there's no quality control, now specifically this implies that you're tapping an audience on your own. Now please understand that majority of the audience does not like to think. Majority of the audience does not like going out of their comfort zone. And comfort zone fits into parameters in all aspects of our life. Spiritual, mental, physical, emotional. Physical comfort zone means people, for instance, not going to an event, even though it's beautiful, but it's far away from them. Thought patterns would mean a person delving into Nietzschean philosophy when he has no need to, and it's reverse. So, if I basically say like Atif Aslam, or if I basically say like Chetan Bhagat, right, then why should I try to understand Gulzar or Nietzsche? Spiritually, if I have a certain set of beliefs, say I like a Robin Sharma, whose spirituality is simplified as to do's and don'ts in the life, or say if I like Buddhist chanting, why should I not try schools of Tantra? So a typical person hates going out of his comfort zone, alright? And the percentage of people who hate going out of their comfort zone far exceeds the percentage of people who are willing to go out of their comfort zone, right? So if you have a sample size of 10,000, out of which 8,000 will not want to go out of their comfort zone and 2,000 will want to. What that means is a substandard work of art, because it resonates with 8,000 people, Because let's take the case of art, right? If I like Chetan Bhagat or if I like Atif Aslam, I would not like to go out of my comfort zone and try to make an effort to understand Gulzar. Or I would not like to go out of my comfort zone and take the effort to listen to a Tokyo Philharmonic Orchestra. So a substandard work of art now goes out to 10,000 people. And out of these 8,000 people, 80% of them will typically latch on to it. Right? These 8,000 people will then like it, will then share it, and in a further group of 10,000 people, these 8,000 people will connect to the next 8,000 people. And so on. What that means is, with the ease of publishing, 80% of your audience will, in more cases than not, appreciate work which is more substandard than which is of a greater artistic merit. Which sort of explains how in the poetry circuit, poems on rape, poems on depression, poems on stress disorders are actually raking in much more social response than poems on metaphor, than poems on imagery, than poems on philosophy, or any poem which is classically oriented. What that means is that the true follower of art tomorrow will be discouraged from his own creations and will never take the plunge. So the ease of publishing, which was supposed to help the classical practitioner of art, because finally he would find a medium where he could share, where he could have an outlet, is actually acting in a counter-reactive way. And we are giving rise to more and more of what we are seeing around. We are giving rise to more and more substandard work. And this presents the newer challenge to quality work and to the progress of society as a whole, because any society that feeds and feeds back on its own beautiful creations, on its own futuristic creations, on its own creations which reflect the highest possible ideals and values, only that sort of a society will progress towards the truest utopian form. Otherwise, a society will be obsessed in its own loop. So here's the challenge, and well, see if you resonate with it.